Hello students, the question says the shopkeeper sells electric fans. The demand for fans follows a Poisson distribution with a mean of 3.2 per week. So the value of lambda which they have given is 3.2. Now the first part of the question says find the probability that the demand is exactly 2 fans in 1 week. So the formula for Poisson distribution is probability of x is e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power x divided by x factorial. So if we have to find for exactly 2 fans, that means we are finding P of 2. So e to the power minus the value of lambda is given, which is 3.2 into 3.2 to the power 2 divided by 2 factorial. So if we solve this out, so the answer for this question is 0.209. That's the answer for the first part of the question. Now moving on to the second part of the question says that the shopkeeper has 4 fans in his shop at the beginning of the week. Find the probability that this will not be enough to satisfy the demands of the fans in this week. So this means that although he's having 4 fans, but this is not enough to satisfy the demand. That means the demand is greater than 4. So that means we have to find the probability of x greater than 4, which can be written as 1 minus P0 plus P1 plus P2 plus P3 and plus P4. So using the formula from the first part of the equation, we can put the values over here. So that is 1 minus, if I'm putting P0 over here, so I'll get e to the power minus 3.2 plus if I'm calculating P1 over here, so I'll be getting e to the power minus 3.2 into 3.2. If I'm putting the value of P2 into the above formula, so I'll get e to the power minus 3.2 into 3.2 whole square divided by 2. Similarly, if I put it for P3, so I'll get e to the power minus 3.2 into 3.2 whole cube divided by 3 factorial, which is 6, plus if I'm finding P4, so it will be e to the power minus 3.2 into 3.2 to the power 4 divided by 4 factorial, which is 24. If I solve this out, so the final answer for this question is 0.219. That's the final answer for the second part of the question. Now, moving on to the third part of the question, it says that given still that he has n fans in his shop at the beginning of a week, find by trial and error. Now, this is something which you need to keep calculating the probability for the least value of n, for which the probability of its not being able to satisfy the demand for fans in that week is less than 0.5. So we have to calculate, this is for trial and error, so that means we are calculating the probability of x greater than 5 first. So if I'm calculating the probability of x greater than 5, so that means I have to do 1 minus P0 plus P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus P5. So if I put it into the Poisson distribution formula, so the answer that I get from here is 0.105. So which is definitely less than or is greater than 0.105. So if I'm talking about for the probability of x greater than 6, applying the same formula, that means 1 minus P0 plus P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus P5 and plus P6. So if I'm applying that, so I'm getting the value as 0.0446. Now this is something which is less than 0.05. Since this value was greater than 0.05, so we moved on for the next iteration. So by hit and trial method, we can say that the value of n has to be 6. And that will be the answer for the third part of the question. Thank you, students.